Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am UncleLander and this is Gran Turismo 2 GT mode playthrough. On the last episode we have managed to complete the entire British National Championships, and on today's agenda I'm planning to complete the entire German National Championships. Before we're gonna continue, I just want to remind everybody, like I do on every single episode, that this and every single other episode is being recorded live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/UncleLander. Come in, say hi, we're playing a variety of video games. It's in general pretty nice and it is pretty fun, at least I hope. So, for the German National Championships, maybe before even gonna start that, my general idea behind during the National Championships is to bring the cars that I either never driven before in this playthrough or at all in my life. So the track is going to be Deep Forest, and the first car has the maximum power output requirement of 216 brake horsepower, and for that we're going to bring the modified Audi A3 with 214 brake horsepower and 1053 kilograms of weight. Every single car that I'm going for the championships is already modified for this event, for every other event too. Alright, Deep Forest at 216 brake horsepower maximum power output. Let's go. Let's prepare the car and let's see how it's gonna behave. Already 4.5 at the front, 200 brake horsepower, so I guess we can stay at 8.0. Right height at 140, 3 and 8 on damper band rebound, 1.5 on the camber, 6 and 5 on the stabilizer, 22 and 20 on the brakes. Gears, actually let's stay at 7. The setting at 7 is actually pretty good. I'm happy with that. And slip differential at 5. And let's see how this car is gonna drive on the Deep Forest Raceway. What do I got? A Vauxhall Astra, two Mercedes, a Golf, and a new Beetle. Oh boy. Oh look, I crashed already into someone. Hard to say about this car. It seems like it wants to get into the corners, but it still shows signs of understeering. Might be caused by the very low downforce, because I'm gonna assume that this car does not have a racing modification, but if it had one, the car would be perfectly set for any type of racing. The rear looks kind of weird. But the front looks fantastic. Finished the first lap at 1:28.656. And definitely hitting the red rev limiter on the longest straight, but that is actually a very good gear setting, at least according to me, when it comes to a low-powered car like this one. I think I'm never gonna master that specific corner over there. I always tend to crash my car on this one for some reason. And there we go, the first race of the German Championship is complete, and naturally we have finished at the first place. New Beetle seems to be going on for the second, Volkswagen Golf at the third, Vauxhall Astra at the third, BMW 528i at the fifth, and Mercedes CLK 200 at the sixth place. Alright, let's check what kind of requirements we're gonna have for the second race at the German Nationals, and it's 295 brake horsepower. The car that we're gonna bring for it, it's gonna be Mercedes CLK 320 Sport with 270 brake horsepower and 1330 kilograms of weight. So now we have the front engine rear drive, as per usual for 5. I'm gonna bring this one to 8.5 when it comes to the spring rate, driving height to 1. I'm gonna try 135 with this one. 3 and 8, that's a usual setting. Don't know how this car behaves, so I'm not gonna adjust the camera, just gonna adjust the front toe. 5 and 6 on the stabilizers. 20-22 on the brakes. Gearbox can actually stay at 8 because it's got that amount of power. Okay, let's set up the LSD. And let's go. Second race of the German National Championships. And what do I see? Mercedes compressor, probably the same Mercedes in front of me as well. That I drive. I see Audi A4. I think I see Vauxhall Vectra, and also another BMW. First long corner with this car, taking quite well. I'm fully expecting this car to actually understeer a little bit because of how heavy it is, but it doesn't seem to be the case. In a matter of fact, this car actually drives very, very good. It drives very good. But naturally, all the weight that this car have does not really allow it to... It does not really allow this car to reach the maximum speed that it could possibly get. It seems like it's a very difficult thing for this car to do it. A little bit of fun over here. Come on, you can do it. Get the 5th gear. And at this point, I'm willing to say that the gearing is a little bit too long for on this car. But that's what weight can do to you, basically. It limits your maximum potential. And we only have 270 brake horsepower. So obviously, as much as I would like for this car to bring even more to the table, it just cannot. This car just cannot bring more. You know, we have this situation of low high speed, low acceleration. but a truly, truly amazing grip and great traction. And there we go, second race of the German National Championship has been complete, with the Mercedes SLK compressor on the second place, BMW 328i on the third, Audi S3 at fourth, Vauxhall Vectra at fifth, and Mercedes CLK 320 at the last position. It's the same car as I was driving. If I could complain about something when it comes to this car is besides acceleration and not very good setup gears, this car sounds awful. It sounds like an old car. This kind of muffler sound would fit perfectly with a muscle car. It doesn't really fit with the German with a German elegant sports car. It just doesn't. All right. The third race at again Deep Forest, but this time we have a power limitation of 443 brake horsepower, for which I am going to bring a car that I have never driven before. A rough BDR2 with 420 brake horsepower and 1290 kilograms of weight. And I'm gonna be honest, because of the way this car is getting powered, it's a rear engine, rear drive, I sort of do not know if the settings that I'm gonna apply to this car are gonna be good. I just don't know. This is kind of an enigma to me. I'm gonna put it on the 11. I'm gonna give it 120 millimeters of driving height. I hope that's gonna be good. Let's put a 3 and 8. I'm gonna assume that this is gonna understeer like crazy because of the weight distribution, so let's put the 1.5 over here. Let's adjust the toe. 5 and 6 on stabilizers. 2022. Gearbox, definitely different. Let's put it on 11 so we have the short gears. And LSD, I'm gonna put it on 20. I do not know how this car is gonna behave. And also this car has 6 gears, so maybe let's put it at 10. Because if it has 6 gears, it's gonna have a much better acceleration. Let's see how this car is gonna behave. Honestly, I do not know what can I expect from this car. I genuinely do not know. Which makes me kind of afraid of this vehicle. So we have Audi, we have BMW, we have Audi DT, I think it's got Audi S4, we have another rough BDR, we have 3 rough BDRs versus the rest of the world. I like how this car sounds. And by the way, this is the vanilla car sound. Hello, Atomic Cat. Yeah, it's definitely a boxer engine. And I'm gonna say this car doesn't drive half bad. Yep, that's the rough BDR2. Because Gran Turismo 2 did not have licensing for Porsche, because at that point Porsche had exclusivity contract with Electronic Arts that lasted for very, very long. for racing purposes, RUF is probably a better car. I am willing to agree with that. Yes, it was a exclusivity contract for the Need for Speed franchise, that's very true. I'm not gonna lie, the settings that I have applied are definitely working, but I'm willing to put a little bit more risk and maybe put a little bit more settings into the rear when it comes to this car. But there we go. That's the German Championship, and we have, well, the Roughs have obviously dominated this entire race. Audi DT at 4th, Audi S4 at 5th, and BMW 840 at the 6th position. Obvious domination of the RUF or Rough. Pick your evil on that one. Yeah, it's sad because, well, the BMW Series 8 is a very heavy car. It's stupendously heavy. It's got like 1.7 ton of weight, which would be like 3,300 pounds, give or take. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the German Championships. People of Twitch, we're still going to continue the stream, but people of YouTube, this is going to be the end of this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing, ringing the bell, subbing the like, leaving a comment, all that good stuff. Links for all my socials can be found in the description below, as well as the pinned comment down below. The last final credit belongs to Carl Casey, who created the music that's currently playing in the background, and his page is, his official page is whitebitaudio.com, and Whitebit Studio is on YouTube. Once again, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode.